I find it so funny that liberals are losing their mind and they are going against a recommendation for the betterment of society in order to prove Trump wrong and just say that he's bad. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, this is the Tylenol trend. On Monday, September 22nd, 2025, Trump came to the podium and announced to the nation that, hey, you might want to practice caution while using Tylenol when you're pregnant. And this caused the liberals to go into a frenzy. They decided that, hey, if Trump's going to say it, it doesn't matter what it is, we're just going to go against it. Maybe one day Trump will just say, hey, air is bad, you shouldn't be breathing it, and then we'll have natural selection at its finest. But until then, we're going to have today's natural selection.
First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that, acetaminophen, is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol.
It's pretty goofy, but honestly, I didn't know how to say acetaminophen until I was like 28 when I had kids.
During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. They are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary.
We need to address one thing, of course. I'm watching this on ABC. It's obviously left-leaning, right under Disney. But the other thing is, Trump said it can cause issues. It's not 100% proven because who came up with this study? Well, none other than Harvard. Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, one of the best places in the country that we have. I mean, when you think of an extremely expensive, extremely prestigious school, do you not think of Harvard? Because that's the first one that comes up to my mind. Harvard's study, which enabled them to conduct a rigorous comprehensive analysis that supported evidence of an association between acetaminophen exposure during pregnancy and increased incidence of NDDs. The researchers noted that while steps should be taken to limit acetaminophen use, the drug is important for treating pain and fever during pregnancy, which can also harm the developing fetus. So it's like 6 one way, half a dozen the other. But notice how they said limit. They want you to limit the use. They don't want you to take it a ton. Like when my wife was pregnant with both my kids, she had heartburn all the time. She ended up using a ton of Tums. I mean, dude, I was buying the Sam's grade Tums bottles. It was insane. This is what they said. We recommend judicious acetaminophen use, lowest effective dose, shortest duration under medical guidance tailored to individual risk benefit assessment rather than a broad limitation. Basically what they're writing is they're saying that, hey, you should limit this. You should not try and take it for every little ache and pain. To me, that just makes sense because at what point do you want to take a ton of any type of drug, whether it's Tylenol, which we all know is pretty safe, except for this one issue that I'm now aware of. Ibuprofen, I mean, I do it all the time for aches and pains. I mean, pitching arm the other day, throwing like 1,000 balls in the batting cage. I was pretty worn out. I took ibuprofen when I got home. I didn't think anything of it. But if there is an association, if even the possible smallest association between a drug, an over-the-counter drug, and any kind of side effects for you or your developing baby, wouldn't you want to avoid that at all costs? Don't you want your baby to have the best life possible? And that's really what the Trump administration is doing here. They're saying, hey, well, I'm going to come to the podium and I'm going to tell you that there might be an issue. There can be a problem with Tylenol and pregnancy. We're not 100% sure. The studies show that it's not 100%. Like, we don't know definitively that this is a problem, but it's a possibility. So we recommend that you limit it so that your baby has the best possible outcome. And as a parent, I can't think of anything better. Like, hey, this might be a problem for your kid. You might want to watch out about it. Thanks. I'll make sure not to do that. Like, hey, leftist ideology is horrible. You might want to keep your kids away from it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to, keep my kids away from those types of people. It's that kind of recommendations that parents should be looking out for. Am I right? And even if you don't like the person who's giving you the information, you can at least look at the company who's giving you the dang product, okay? March 7th, 2017, we actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. That came from Tylenol. That's literally a drug company saying, hey, we're not 100% sure, but it doesn't hurt. Don't take this while you're pregnant, okay? Why would you want to do that? And if you need even more proof that Tylenol is telling you not to do something, the parent company Kenvue, which did suffer a stock loss because of this statement, They came out and said, this post from 2017 is being taken out of context, which is tough. We do not recommend pregnant women take any medication without talking to their doctor. This is consistent with the regulations and product label for acetaminophen. Here's a lady that went viral. She's like, here is me, a pregnant woman taking Tylenol because I believe in science and not someone who has no medical background. Did we miss the fact that it's like, hey, the people that gave him the information were the medical guys that you should probably listen to? No, didn't matter. We're not going to listen to that. We're just not going to we're not going to listen to the facts, okay? We're only going to listen to the fact that orange man bad. I'm going to take a lot of Tylenol. Makes no sense. This chick is a liberal pregnant doctor. Congratulations on your baby. This is what she has to say.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm gonna take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. Gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
It's pretty crazy when a doctor is so strung out on TDS that they decide, hey, I don't even care, the orange man's bad, I'm not gonna look into it. Hey, he said, these are these claims, should I look into it? Maybe I am wrong, maybe studies have changed. I mean, there's medical breakthroughs all the time, right? No, I'm just gonna say, F it, I'm gonna put Tylenol in, I'm gonna say my baby is fine, which, honestly, if you look into what Harvard was saying, if you are very small doses and you're not doing it very often, which I highly recommend, then you should be fine. And hopefully that's the best thing, because too much of a good thing is bad for you, right? Someone in the medical field believes more in their ideology than the actual science. Go figure. Now, when I say a woman shouldn't be taking a lot of Tylenol while pregnant, it's not just because I believe that Trump is saying it, it's because it's actually in the words. If you look at it, it says, further research is needed to confirm the association and determine causality, but based on existing evidence, I believe that caution about acetaminophen use during pregnancy, especially heavy or prolonged use, is warranted. And the caution is because evidence of an association between prenatal exposure to acetaminophen and neurodevelopmental disorders, that association is strongest when acetaminophen is taken for 4 weeks or longer. Take caution while taking Tylenol, and just don't take a lot of it, and take very low doses. It's really the summary of it. Now I want to show you a video coming from the dark side of the Tylenol trend of women taking a ton of Tylenol all at one time while pregnant. Watch this video.
I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol and she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. She's going to die. It's going to be, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death, is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the 3 most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with, so it don't get censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not going to go overdose on Tylenol either.
Her name is Nicole.Sirotech on TikTok if you want to take a look at it. I need a drink after that one because this dude is losing his wife and possibly his unborn child. All because she wanted to prove for no reason that Tylenol doesn't cause autism. And really, it's messed up because the only way you find that out is after the baby is born. And why, as a parent, you would want to give your child any problems in life. Like, your job as a parent is to give them everything that they can to be successful in life. That is a parent's job. That is your goal, is to see your kids do better than you. That's the goal. So if you, for whatever reason, believe that you need to put their lives at risk, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But what I do know is that if you type into Google how much Tylenol you need to overdose, Google is going to flag you because apparently you have a problem. I mean, this is actually really nice to see. Help is available. Speak with someone. Connect with someone you trust. I mean, this is reach out. It gives you dialogue. Okay, this is awesome. I mean, the first thing that comes up is help for mental health, acetamin overdose, can you overdose? I just want the actual answer to what I'm saying, crisis help. Combing through all the sites that's saying, hey, you need help, I found from United Healthcare, what is an acetaminophen overdose? An acetaminophen overdose happens when someone takes more than the recommended dose, either accidentally or intentionally, because acetaminophen is found in many medications. It's easy to take too much without realizing it. An overdose can cause serious liver damage and in severe cases can be life-threatening. The maximum Tylenol, acetaminophen, 3,000 milligrams at 24 hours. Adult tablets, 325 milligrams. Adult tablets, 500 milligrams. 96 pounds, one tablet. One tablet for 500 milligrams. I mean, I saw some of these people just popping Tylenol with no reason. I mean, 3,000 milligrams, that's 6 tablets, and you're just gonna pop one for no reason. That looked like 2,000 milligrams right there, a third of your daily, just to prove that you can take it while pregnant because Donald Trump is the president and you don't like him. No regard to the baby that you're growing, whatever. At the end of the day, don't be an idiot. Talk to your doctor while pregnant about anything that you should put into your body that might possibly help your baby. And if you are a liberal, please talk to somebody because you clearly need help anyway. You do not need that. That is bad for your health. It is bad for all the health around you. And it is bad for my mental health because I have to look at you being an idiot online. If you enjoyed this video, stick around for a bit, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.